Hello citizens, welcome to Shitty Movie Showdown episode 27, Nic Cage Cast 13. So many numbers, so many titles coming at you. Today I watched, or not really today, but I did watch Mom and Dad, the fine Nic Cage classic from 2017. It's somehow a classic. The last episode I did was Face Off, 1997, so we're jumping 20 years forward, and he looks 50 years older. It is insane how old Nic Cage looks in this movie. It's disturbing. Kind of makes me sad. Makes me really, really sad. Because eventually he's going to be playing like the old Robert De Niro roles where he's the grandpa. He plays a dad in this movie, and I think it's his last chance. Because we're not going to buy it soon. So this is his last chance, and it's this movie, basically, for Nic Cage, is essentially a midlife crisis movie. Both in terms of character and in terms of Nic Cage himself.
See that, Josh? Always do what Mom says. Chugga, 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 choo, choo.
So not funny. Awful.
I guess I'll just get into it. I gotta hurry up because my parents are coming over here in a little bit. Parents should be here soon. I got enough time to finish this review though. So yeah, until then, I'll review Mom and Dad, a great movie. I'll be honest, the trailer for this movie looked fucking great. It's a quick little trailer. You get everything you want. It's fun. It looks exciting. It has looks like it has a great premise.
What's going on? Dude, check it out.
Multiple reports are now coming in of similar attacks across the country, of parents attacking, murdering their own children.
It's like, oh, the parents have suddenly turned on their kids. They try to kill them. Like, how can the kids survive? Is it like a zombie virus? Is it like a weird outbreak? It's like an infanticide version of The Happening from M. Night, only way better. And this movie isn't that good. So that's saying a lot about how shitty The Happening is. Because fuck that movie. Fuck it. The plants make you kill yourself. Whatever. Fuck you, M. Night. Anyway, the basic premise, like I mentioned, is just parents try to kill their kids. This is a family of four. It's Nic Cage, Selma Blair, and their two dumb shit fucking kids who can go fuck themselves, and I don't care if they die because they make terrible decisions about life and death. These kids have like no will to live. They have no survival instincts. They have nothing going for them. Kind of rooting for their deaths. I'm really rooting for Cage in this movie and Selma Blair. I'm rooting for them to kill their fucking kids as slowly and painfully as possible. Because fuck these kids. Seriously, fuck these kids.
No, Mom, we're not coming out, okay? You have to leave. You need to leave the house, you and Dad.
Your motherfucking mother should open the door! And motherfuckers! You're going to open this motherfucking door!
I'm just going to skim through the movie, really, because I'm not going to go that into depth, because we reviewed it on LIW 75, Loitering in Wonderland 75. Go check that out on the same YouTube page, or liwstudios.com. Go check it out there. We go in depth on the movie. Not going to do that here. This is just the Nic Cage in the movie. But obviously, I got to lay out the plot. The family has a nanny, an Asian nanny, and then her daughter's there. And then Nic Cage is a busy businessman who we don't know what his job is. Apparently his job is to just watch porn at work and fall asleep. Because that's all we see him do. This movie has a lot of flashbacks that are kind of hard to follow, and you don't know they're flashbacks until the flashback's almost done. It's very strange. There's Nic Cage. His whole character is that he used to be awesome. He used to be like the high school douche who drove around in his Trans Am and got titties slapped in his face. Like, can't really show it here because it's titties. Because this is a Brian Taylor movie, half of Neveldine and Taylor. The guys that did Crank, the guys that did another Nic Cage classic, Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance. I think that's the first time I've said the title fully and not fucked it up, from 2011. So this is Cage's return to Taylor, who's broken up with Neveldine. But it's got that one random scene that feels very Brian Taylor-ish, where it's the young Cage whipping around in circles in his car in high school, getting titties slapped in his face, having the time of his life. I think they use a different actor for young Cage because the actress is like, I'm not slapping my titties in Nic Cage's face. And like, they put the weird little mop top hair on his head. And they make him look like he's younger or like CG down his face or something. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. And like, you're right. We should probably get a younger actor. Because nobody's going to buy that shit. But then Nic Cage is now a family man. Not the family man from the movie The Family Man that he did. But now he's a family man. And he has, like I said, 2 kids. He feels like his life has gone wrong. Because he used to be a fucking badass, driving around this Trans Am, getting fucking motorboating a girl while driving, which is very dangerous, honestly. But now he's a boring businessman who businesses all his business day at his business job of watching porno and falling asleep. So he's having a midlife crisis. There's one flashback that they do where he's building a pool table like really carefully with a level, and he's like dropping the balls and rolling away. So he tries to like get some shimmies down there and make it even. He finally gets it right, and then Selma Blair comes down the stairs. She's like, "What the fuck? You bought a pool table? What the fuck, dude? Do you think that's a great a waste of money there? We have Christmas coming up, motherfucker." And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he grabs a sledgehammer and starts beating the shit out of it. And in the trailer, it looks like that's him going crazy when the virus thing, whatever, makes you kill your kids is. You think that's what's happening there. He's going crazy before he tries to kill the kids or during said rampage against your own children. But no, it's just a flashback. So he's just a psychopath already, which is a lot of fun. Really Nic Cagey.
Wow. You were gonna tell me about this at some point?
Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can take care of this for you, sweetheart. Oh, yeah! You put your right foot in! You take your right foot out!
He freaks out and he starts beating the shit out of the pool table he just spent, like, I don't know how long building. Felt like weeks. It could have been a really long one-day process of building this fucking thing. I don't know. But he smashes the shit out of it, and then he freaks out, and then he sits down, and he's talking to Selma Blair, and she was crying before that, and then he starts freaking out. Sits down, and he's like, "You just don't know what it's like. I used to be somebody. I was going to be somebody. Like, I used to make $150,000 a year. Now I'm down to 40, just struggling to survive, trying to keep a roof over our heads." And she comes down and sits down by him. She's like, "You realize just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I don't feel that way. I don't have those feelings." And it really sounds like I'm making fun of this scene, but it actually, I really liked it. It was a strange insight into the characters.
God damn it! I remember that kid I used to be like 4 fucking minutes ago. That guy, in a million years, could never have pictured this tired motherfucker he turned out to be. Flat on his ass. Fat, bald, cottage cheese, fucking ass, blue bonnet, butter waistline with hair coming out of my ears, my nose. I mean, does any of this make any sense to you at all? I mean, I used to be Brant, and you used to be Kendall, and now we're just Mom and Dad.
It didn't so much play into the movie the way I thought it was going to. Like, I thought the whole purpose of the flashback sequences were to show how close this family really is, so that this would help them overcome whatever craziness or virus is infecting them, and then they would be like, oh, we can't kill our kids. But no, never tied in, never amounted to anything, didn't matter, didn't really need to be in the movie. I still liked watching it, but it didn't need to be there. Nothing in this movie added up and made the movie better. It's just a lot of random scenes that just called itself a movie. So, and not to say that that's the worst thing in the world, but the movie left me completely unsatisfied.
Does any of this make any sense to you at all?
But like I said, we're sticking with the Cage theme here, obviously, on Nic Cage Cast. The main ingredient for Cage in this is just a big bowl of sorrow. A big bowl of sorrow mixed in with a little cap full of rage cage. And then toward the end, as it goes along, that rage cage, you keep putting in capfuls. And then it overcomes the sorrow, and now it's a bowl of rage and a hint of sorrow in there. Because he goes fucking insane. His daughter brings home her boyfriend, who's black. And I know why you don't like him, Dad. He's like, no, because I used to be 15 too, or 16 too. It's like, gross, Dad. But it's because he's black, that's what she's getting at. Is his character a racist? We may never know.
We can celebrate tonight.
Can you get away from the parental units?
Can I go to a movie with Riley tonight?
You're not seeing that
boy.
And I know why you don't want me to see him.
Listen, I used to be a 17-year-old dude once, so I think I know.
Gross!
Gross?
Actually, we do, because he gets home and then the boyfriend's there and he starts like, why the fuck are you in this house? I know why you're here. I used to be your age. You want to get your dick wet in my daughter. You want to stir your black spoon in my white daughter. He might as well have said something severely racist, because then he beats the shit out of the kid, smashes the kid's face in the ground.
What the hell are you doing here? What are you doing in my house?
Mr. Ryan, we need to talk, sir.
Oh, do we need to talk? Yeah, we do need to talk. You can't be here. And I think about how things were in my day.
Mr. Ryan.
But now...
Dad?
The son comes downstairs with the daughter, and then Cage whips around. He's like, and then every time they go crazy, you hear like a little like audible, like a screeching, staticky noise, and they're just kind of like. And he runs after the kid, trips on a skate, and then he fumbles around and does like the lamest dive, because he trips and falls into the linoleum in the kitchen or the tile floor, whatever it is. I'm not going to judge them. He falls on it on his shoulder. And it looks like, ow, that would have hurt your shoulder a little bit. But instead, he wakes up when Selma Blair gets home and then wakes him full of on his back. And I was like, he fell on his shoulder. Now he's like splayed out on his back and he's like, must have hit my head. I'm like, I fucking saw you not hit your head, dude. I fucking saw that. Come on, Cage. Come on, Brian Taylor. Do your scene a little bit different. Make him land on his back. At least have him wake up on his shoulder then. And be like, oh, I fucking like whiplash myself to sleep. I don't care, something. It just didn't make any sense.
Are you alright?
Took a header. They're in the basement.
But Cage wakes up. Him and Selma Blair are like, where are the kids? They kind of have a little stare at each other, and I'm like, I kind of like that part. She's like, are you all right? And he's like, yeah. She's like, and he's like, they're downstairs. And this is what I mean, the kids have no will to survive. Their mom is not home yet. Their dad just attacked him. He passed out because he knocked himself unconscious. And the kids are like, let's go hide in the basement. And I'm like, your parents know where you are. You're in the one place they're gonna be. You have no survival instincts. Be the fuck anywhere else. Be anywhere else on the entire planet than home right now. You could literally go next door, and your parents would think you're either at home or miles away, and they wouldn't search their neighbor's house. They would just go, they must be gone by now. We need to track them down. But it's like a weird Wi-Fi signal, because the closer you are to your kids, the more you want to kill them. So maybe you go 3 houses down, 3 doors down. Cage will be your Superman. That didn't work. Cut that. Go ahead and cut that. I'm ashamed. Oh man, I'm ashamed and sweaty. Very sweaty. I need to stop doing these videos in the summer, because it is just unbearably sweaty. I have to turn off the AC for these. It is a fucking brutal sweaty nightmare. It's disgusting. Point is, the kids are in the basement and they're just like hiding behind the door, and then Selma Blair's like, kids, are you alright? Are you alright? And the kids are just like, yeah, Mom, we're here. I was like, shut the fuck up, kids. These kids are so stupid. The rest of the movie is Cage and Selma Blair trying to get to their kids who are behind the basement door, which is apparently impenetrable. They start by like knocking on the door, and the kids are like, yeah, we're here. And I'm like, why are you fucking talking to your parents right now? You're fucking stupid. These kids are so stupid. And then she's like, open the door. And Cage is like, motherfucker, motherfucker. Like, open the fucking goddamn fucking door. Freaking out. Having a real rage cage fit in the door.
Motherfuckers!
Obviously, the kids don't answer the door. Cage goes upstairs to look for something. Selma Blair grabs a sawzall, and she's like, yeah, it's going to let me in. A sawzall saws all. And then that's a big theme of the rest of the movie, or a recurring line. And she tries to get through the door. While she's doing that, Cage is upstairs looking in a case. He opens it up. He doesn't see a gun. He's like, motherfucker! And then we hear a gunshot downstairs. He runs downstairs. Selma Blair's shot in the arm. They have a great moment together. I really like this part. A lot of fun. And then eventually they feed a line from the gas stove into the basement window, and they're kind of like cheering each other on, like, this is a great idea. Like, this is really going to get the kids. We're going to wait for them to pass out, open the door, murder our kids. I mean, we're so in love. Our marriage is going to last. Once the kids are dead, we're really going to have our time, the house to ourselves, time to ourselves. we can explore each other a little further that we haven't really had a chance to since the kids have been born. Those fucking kids have been nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Let's just get over this shit. I'm done being a parent. Let's just go ahead and murder these sons of bitches. Sorry, I'm sorry. Shouldn't call them that to you. Let's go ahead and murder these sacks of shit. Yeah? Can we agree on that?
This is a really great idea, honey. Gas on. Love you.
After sitting there in the gas for a while and slowly dying, and they got like fucking like ghost makeup on, and he was like, ugh. The kid finally comes like the poster says like Home Alone meets what the fuck ever movie, I don't remember, but the only Home Alone part is the girl makes a little match. She tapes matches to the bottom of the door and puts the strip down below. So when Cage opens the door, it blows him into the other room like fucking Looney Tunes. It puts a hole through the wall. He's like, and kind of travels through it.
Josh, are you okay?
And then Selma Blair goes after him, and then the kids go up in the vent, and then they get out in the other part of the house, and then it's just like a lot of fucking them chasing him around. The boyfriend wakes up, they go upstairs in the closet. Selma Blair attacks them, they close like 15 fucking doors on the closet, so the editing was very strange here. She finally gets locked in the closet. And then it's like the kids, again, have no survival instincts. They get like amnesia. Because they're just like, finally get the door closed on her. And then they're like, oh, fine. Their backs are up against the door and they're like, oh, man. She's quiet. Okay, good. So how are you? Anyway, what's going on with school? Like, did you pass that test the other day? I know it was a really pain in the ass, but I thought like some of the answers I wasn't going to get them because I didn't quite understand the level. But like, what's going on with you? Like, how you handle everything? What's going on?
It's usually not this bad.
And then Selma Blair's like, and she like fashions a weapon out of a coat hanger and like fish hooks the boyfriend's cheek. It goes right the fuck through it. This guy gets beat to shit. He just gets beat to shit the whole movie. They attack each other. She knocks him over the banister of the stairs. He lands on the fucking ground downstairs. The guy just gets the shit kicked out of him.
No! Please, no!
Everyone runs downstairs. Nic Cage wakes up, who I thought was dead. And then I was like, oh, good, he's not. Thank God. I can't bear that after Face Off. And then they go into the kitchen, and the parents are starting to attack, and Nic Cage has the Sawzall. He's like, Sawzall, and he's got like Fruit Loops glued to his cheek.
Sawzall means it. Saws all.
He starts going after him, and then we hear the doorbell, and then he's like, oh, my parents are here. Oh fuck. Nic Cage opens the door, and he's like, Mom, Dad, how are you? And then Mom maces him, and then Lance Henriksen's like, starts like really softly stabbing him in the gut. He's like, oh, come on, Dad, you killed me. And he's like, oh, shut the fuck up, you pussy. I didn't hit any major organs, but I'm about to. And then it's just like chaos. This scene's fun. This is where the level of the movie should have been the whole fucking time, but instead it's a lot of sitting around like waiting. And and I'm fine with like the slow parts, but like it didn't tie together as like this great movie, which it could have been. It just like fell apart. But Cage starts to freak the fuck out on his dad. He starts to get in a fight, and he starts to chase his kid. And then he chases the kid, who we previously saw in flashbacks, put like a dead bird in the car. Or put a live bird in there, and then it died and rotted in the Trans Am that he keeps in his garage like as a pussy souvenir for some reason. And then he's chasing the kid, breaks the fucking window, chases the kid inside of it. And while he's trying to grab the kid leaves. And then starts the car and hits it in reverse. And the car backs into the garage door, but it's like sitting there like trying to go through it. Lance Henriksen starts stabbing him in the leg. Gets in a fight with Nick, who Nic Cage barks in this movie, just like roar, roar. Like he barks like a seal, not like a dog. It's so fucking weird. Cage has a lot of freakouts in this movie. This is a fun Cage movie to watch. In the meantime, Selma Blair, who kind of like wakes up for a second, is like, oh, And this is why I thought the flashbacks were going to pay off. She's like, you don't want to kill... you. Talking to Cage's mom. She's like, you don't want to kill your son? No. Whoa, what's going on? And the mom's like, fuck you. And then Selma Blair hits her with the meat grinder, the meat tenderizer, and then, which is like the main weapon of this movie, other than the Sawzall. And then she crushes the mom's skull, and then she chases her own daughter out the door and hits her in the back of the head. Nobody fucking dies in this movie that's a main character. And then the mom comes out after her, the grandma comes out after her, and then runs into the driveway. By this time, the car, the Trans Am, is broken through the garage door, slides around, hits the mom, who flies over Cage's face and kind of like watches her slow motion, like Free Willy. Very strange, like a bloody Free Willy, which would be a great sequel if you want to make that one. But the Lance Henriksen is on the top of the car, and then Cage crashes into the neighbor's cars in the side of the road, and then Lance Henriksen goes like the top roof of your car to the hood of your car. What is that, like 3 feet? He goes, and his head fucking explodes like a sniper hit him from 100 yards away. It is so fucking weird. Why does his head explode? How hard is that hood, and how hard were they driving? Good God, how soft is his skull? I don't understand what happened there. The physics of it don't make any sense. But anyway, Cage, understandably, is passed out at this moment. Selma Blair turns around. She's like going to attack her daughter with a meat tenderizer. And the daughter's like, Mom, what's going on? And she, like, for some reason isn't dead or severely fucked up from getting her head smashed in with a meat tenderizer. And then the boyfriend comes out of nowhere and hits her with a shovel. Selma Blair, that is, not the daughter, not his own girlfriend. That'd be weird. That boyfriend is a survivor. He's like Max Dog in It's Always Sunny. Just no matter what, he will not die. Then they tie the parents up and put them in the basement, like a Breaking Bad season 1. And they're tied to like a metal post. And then they're kind of like the wreckage of their both their lives and the pool table kind of huddled around them. The kids are sitting there like they're feral, like in the shadows in the basement. It's so weird.
Hey, Mom.
Nic Cage and Selma Blair are like, oh, guys, I'm sorry. We love you so much. Please let us go. And then the kids are like, we can't trust you. And they have like that. I think the whole idea is that they switched roles. Like, I want to trust you, but you haven't given us a lot to trust. And the parents are like, we're sorry. We'll never do it again. I'm sorry. And then Cage is like, we love you. We love you. It's just sometimes we just want to. And then the movie goes, poof, and the credits come up, and the title comes up. It's like, Mom and Dad. Like, sometimes you just want a mom and dad. The line is, like, sometimes we just want to kill you. I get it. But it's such a weak fucking ending.
We love you both more than anything in the whole world.
But sometimes we just want to.
Such a letdown. The movie could have been half an hour longer and I would have been fine. I rarely say that, but this was just building up to the point where it should have been, and it just cuts and goes to credits. The credits at the end weren't that exciting. The credits in the beginning were like some sort of weird 1960s, weird fucking, like, almost like a Grindhouse thing. I don't know what they're going for. It didn't fit the rest of the movie. It was fun, but it didn't fit the rest of it. Very bizarre choice. But it left me with such a feeling of, like, when I watched it for Loitering Wonderland, me and Jansen at the end of it goes, that was like an extended trailer. And I was like, oh yeah. And I agree with him because it felt like, wow, that was a cool, I want to watch that movie. And I'm like, oh, we just did watch that movie. Because it just felt like the trailer stretched out. Because it's like, it leaves you with the exact same feeling of like, oh, cool, that looks exciting. And this movie ended, and I was like, oh, this cool, that looks exciting. Oh, that was the actual end of it. That was the movie. Oh, shit. That sucks. And that's the feeling I was left with. Which, this movie had a lot of good stuff in it, like really fun stuff in it. Cage is great. It's Rage Cage all the way. All the way. And then it just, right when it's peaking, it ends. Not like a Seinfeld way where you're excited, like, oh, good call. You know, go out on the top. Go out number one. Instead, it just ends like, oh, I almost got the movie I wanted. Almost. Well, I guess it's over now. Judging by how much the money the movie made, we're not going to get a sequel, so we're fucked. We're fucked. That's it. So I guess in synopsis, great Cage movie, okay movie. The movie's okay. It had a lot of fun stuff, like I mentioned. So close to a good movie. So close to really, really fun overall. I wish the flashbacks tied in. I wish they did more with Cage and his role and his character and how it ties in. And a lot of the family stuff was fun. I just wish it all tied together nicely. Instead, it just felt like lots of disconnected scenes strung together softly. I know disconnected and strung together are two opposite ideas, but like they're not completely separate, but they're kind of like loosely, like a lazy row of Christmas tree lights. But they're not. There should be a taut line. Instead, it's just like, and it's like, oh, so close, so close. But Cage, a lot of great freakouts from Cage. Can't deny that. Lots of screaming. Oh, it's so exciting. Well, that's Mom and Dad for you, 2017. The trailer looks promising. The trailer looked great. It didn't look amazing, but it looked like it was gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of great, like a zombie outbreak for parents. So that's what it looked like. But it just left you wanting more. Not in like that was great. I want more of that greatness. Instead, it was more of a oh no, it's over. That was just getting good. Oh fuck, it's over. Those are credits someday. Maybe there's something after the credits. Oh no, just blackness like my heart. Send me your weird shit. Send me your requests. Send me whatever you got. Send me your Cage memes nonstop in the internet. Like I seriously, every day I get something about Cage sent by someone. People I don't know are sending me Cage things. It's kind of weird because I'm like, oh, I'm creepy, I'm weird. But it's all, as a joke. But it's still like, oh, this is what I've become. But it's also fun to watch. It's all fun to look at this stuff. And this is what my life has become. So it's kind of a joke. Anyway, until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. So long, citizen. So long, Cage. So long. Oh, well, my parents are here. My parents are here. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Wait. My parents wouldn't be here. Why would my parents show up here? My parents aren't even together. Why the fuck? No, it's someone else. Someone's here. Who's here? Hello? Who is it?
Your motherfucking mother should open the door.
I can't. I'm afraid I can't open the door, man. I can't. I'm sorry, Nick. You'll have to go somewhere else, man. I'm sorry. Nobody's here.
Open the door.
No habla inglés. Mr. Phoenix no es here. Nope.
Motherfuckers! You're going to open this motherfucking door!
Stop. Just go away.
Open the door!
For once, I don't want to see you. You're not even my dad. Why are you attacking me? Are you my dad? Oh shit. Is Nic Cage my dad?
Open the door!
I don't know whether to be really excited or really terrified by that prospect. Stop it, the door!
Open the door!
Dad.
Open the door!
I gotta go now.
Where are you going?
Mouth to dildo, dildo to ass, ass to ass, high branch, anal beads.